guys.
Dr. Ben, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
We've never been welcomed into your vehicle before.
Yes.
Where are we going?
We are. I don't know. I don't really know.
I get the front seat. Jack gets the back.
Is that the mobile gym, Dr. Ben?
This is the mobile gym. I'm doing a lot of mobile gym stuff this morning. So yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Excellent. Well, we got all kinds of stuff to make your head blow, but I know we want to talk.
I don't want to get my blood pressure up this morning.
I know. Before we do that, we better talk about something good, which is a really interesting thing that I see happening, and I can't wait to view it as it's happening, a process. So why don't you, Dr. Ben, why don't you tell us about what's going on? The viewers have no idea what's going on with you and our other person here.
Yes. So, actually, I think you come up with the idea, Jack, about, the potential to do like an 8-week Bulldog transformation, like a fitness health renaissance in the life of Bulldog, kind of led by Jeremiah and myself, as his coaches. So Bulldog has agreed to this 8-week process, which is going to be started this week. So, it's pretty exciting. I'm excited about helping him and some of the things that he needs to work on and get him rolling. So yeah, so that is the exciting news.
We're calling it from Bulldog to Greyhound. It's a little more sleek, lean.
That's a leaner, sleeker Bulldog.
Absolutely. Put me on the track, 45 miles an hour.
Yep.
Bulldog.
Yeah.
He said he was all in, but his physical. His language was saying something else. So Ben, why don't you talk to us a little bit about someone when they have obstacles in their mind and in their psyche, about where do you start and how'd you guys start? What have you done so far?
We kind of initially, I think a lot of people are worried about time constraints. They're fearful of exercising because they might get hurt, or it's going to be too hard and they're going to be sore all the time. So initially a lot of it is just dispelling that kind of anxiety about that stuff and talking about goals, different things that need to be addressed. Bulldog and I talked a lot about kind of what he's doing in his life, because I really believe our goal, when we do these things with people, is to not just get them exercising. Like, that's great and everything, but there are so many other factors, which we've all talked about on these calls, that are just as important or more so for their health. So Bulldog and I, kind of like inventoried some different things that might be areas to start to do some habit changing on that would help him not only get stronger and more fit, but just be healthier, and have more energy in his life and all those good things, so it's kind of a collaborative process, so Bulldog has some things that he wants to work on, and I had some things that I want him to work on. So we then there's a negotiation process that we go through. So there's negotiating as to what the person's willing to do, what they're not willing to do.
There will be some future negotiations, sir. I guarantee you. This week, I will say, this week has taught me a lot. This week has taught me a lot about, myself, more so than I was anticipating, initially too. Once I instigated some of the dietary switches, there was an immediate surge of energy, which I was not expecting. My birthday landed yesterday, so unfortunately I torpedoed a little bit of that because we know how much you love bakery, so we brought you all this stuff. I was like, oh no. So yesterday was if we were going to grade yesterday, we would call it an F or an incomplete.
Well, but that's what happens, right, Ben? Life stuff happens in life, and you can't just one thing happens, you don't just go, well, that's shot.
Yeah, exactly. And I always think, and Bulldog, you and I, and this is a common thought process, but as long as 90% of what you're doing is within the realm of the habits we're trying to change, fantastic. And like Jack just said, if there's a little bump in the road, no big deal. Just get right back on your bike and keep down that path. It just, it's not you don't let those derail you. And I thought it was interesting. Some of the things that we're concentrating on initially is just a little bit of changing what he's eating, obviously, but then when he's eating, which is I think super important, because I really want to get Bulldog sleeping better, which I think is going to help everything. And it's funny, these little things like the sleep gives you the energy to be able to go in and do the workout, or gets your mindset right, and then that that extra energy and everything you got going helps you to eat right or make the better choices. And suddenly it's just this patterning of doing all the things right, and they just become easier and easier and easier, and then it's just what you do then, which is
yeah. It was interesting because after our initial consult last week, you hit the ground and you think, there it is, my life has changed. And then, then you start applying it and you're like, oh, this is a process. I forgot. This isn't like an immediate switch. And, but it was interesting because, one thing I learned, because you turned me on to a really interesting, I got the book too. You photocopied a couple pages with the whole bowl system and everything. Which I liked, although I did learn one thing. I really hate beans. Legumes and I'm like, so, but I found, I found other ways of kind of, I got the whole book. I got actually, yeah.
Are you getting digestive issues with the beans, or is it just you just don't like the taste of them?
I just don't like the damn taste of
okay, yeah. No, I mean,
it is gross.
Beans are an acquired taste for many people.
What are you talking about, Ben? You always get those baked beans with the hunks of pork in them from the store, right? In the can.
Din Timur.
Don't mix those beans with something crappy. Let's get those beans in their natural state. Guys, I don't want you guys to underappreciate the lentil. The lentil is a very powerful bean. I mean, the lentil's a strong contender.
Actually, I like lentils. That's the one bean I bought every bean under the sun last week when I went to a little shopping thing, but I didn't buy that one. So maybe I'll work on that because,
lean into the lentil, Bulldog. That one is probably like, if you
lean into the lentil. That's my new T-shirt. I like
that. Lentils are fantastic. They're like a superhero bean. Like they are so good for you. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
High protein, high fiber, low calorie. They're fantastic. So
there we go.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh, see, we're coming up with solutions right here.
That's what I was. The next thing I want to talk to you about. I was just like, Dr. Ben, what am I going to do about this bean issue?
There you go. And you that's what you do. I mean, and Bulldog, you brought up a real good thing. It's like you start to do this kind of stuff, and it's like, okay, my life has to change tomorrow now. I'm like, and really, in my experience, it's much more about just implementing small habitary changes, like habit changes, one at a time over the course of a span of time, and then suddenly all those little changes amount to something magnificent, so, you just got to focus on, even if it's just like what we were talking about is having your last meal before you go home from the library, so that you cut that eating window down a little bit. Even just making that your primary focus, and that's huge. That makes a huge difference. And
I did that. Step. I did that this week. Not every day, but on the days I did it, it was immediately noticeable. Like those are the days I was even more energized than before, and that was really interesting. And again, no hunger issues. The water intake is up, so that helped a whole lot. So it's just those little, like you said, and it's. It's really tough to just do a complete nuclear mushroom cloud change on one day.
That's hard. You can't last like that. And no, if I could, someone else, Russ Meyer, who is a loyal follower of the show, also belongs to the gym. He did the 8-week transformation in January, Ben, the program, the fat loss challenge he did. And he said to me this morning, tell Bulldog that it'll be like the third week is when you really start to notice some changes. That was his experience. So he's like, don't get, he said, you expect everything to happen right at once. He said, it's like the third week you start going, wow, okay, I can really see and feel the difference starting to happen.
I will tell you too that just seeing Jeremiah on Monday, and he planked the crap out of me. Literally. But what's interesting is, as I've mentioned on the show, and I told him, and I've got this left knee issue that's been plaguing me since late July. And while not cured, my knee was much more functional this week. I mean, just the whole week.
It wasn't. Yeah, he was talking about that, Bull. Like, I was going to ask you how the workout went, but he was saying you guys were doing just some isometric holds in a squat position with the TRX straps, above the point of pain, and because you're right. Like if we can strengthen up those quads and glutes, get those legs a little bit stronger, hopefully your knee will be doing a lot better,
Noticeably.
Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, but he planked the crap out of you, huh?
Yes.
Yes, I didn't know that was a verb. It's like that's a new one. I'm gonna plank the crap out of that person when they come in.
Yeah. So far,
Make sure you put that in your pamphlets, your marketing materials. That's good.
Lean into lentils and take the crap out of you. We got 2 winners going.
I do like that, lean into lentils. That could be a slogan.
I think so.
I'm writing my weekly email is about that humble being the lentil, because I feel like it's not appreciated. People don't appreciate the lentil, and they should.
Yeah, that's what lentils.
Hey, I got to tell you guys, I did an experiment yesterday, real quick, on with that dirt stuff.
Oh,
so
sure.
They claim that the dirt stuff alkalizes the coffee. So coffee is very acidic,
right.
Which can, if you eat or drink a lot of acidic foods, it can be bad for the enamel of your teeth. And some people believe it can be bad for other things. And so I took a cup of coffee and I took a pH strip, and I stuck it in there. And yes, coffee is very acidic when I measured it. Then I took the dirt, put it in the coffee, stirred it all up. And then I took another pH strip, popped it in there. And lo and behold, it 100% neutralized the acid in the coffee. It was like, wow. Yeah, it was crazy. So I'm going to do a video on that to send out to the membership because
excellent.
I always think when these products claim they do something, like then we'd have to do common sense experiments to make sure that they're telling the truth. So
it's interesting. So it's interesting. What most of us do in our off time, I'll watch the Beverly Hillbillies and Hogan's Heroes. You're at home doing pH tests in your coffee.
Well, but it's perfect. It's a perfect segue. Ben, you led to your own demise today because you're talking about coffee. No. That leads open. The next thing we're going to talk about one of today's national days is it's National Frappe Day today, Ben.
Oh.
Clearly a fan.
You say lean into lentils. I say don't fear the Frappuccino. Here.
That's a lot of what's wrong.
They go through a lot of stuff. There's all kind of research, but the best thing I saw that I read this morning, I saved this and I copied this word for word for you. And the thing is, first of all, Frappuccino is copyrighted by Starbucks, so they're the only ones who can legally use it. So then they say,
I've never had one, so I don't even know what it is.
All right, well you don't have to worry about it, Ben, because it says the question was, is Frappuccino bad for you? And the answer here.
Is this the answer from Starbucks?
Independent third party. The answer is subjective. I think you'd like that. If you are counting carbohydrates and sugars, you may say they are outrageously unhealthy. A 16-ounce size caramel frappuccino made with 2% milk has 270 calories and 60 grams of carbs, 59 of which are attributed to pure sugar.
Oh my God. Wow. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. I believe Frappuccino was on, weren't the Starbucks drinks on my list of 5 worst foods on earth?
Yes.
Yeah. It's not subjective. There's absolutely nothing good about that other than maybe the momentary enjoyable experience of getting a sugar high where your body's overwhelmed with all this added sugar, just jacking your blood sugar levels up, but yeah. Ooh. Oh, look, you're putting it out there. Look at that. Okay. Now we're looking at him. Oh,
this is a life hack. I think she's going to make her own homemade frappuccinos here. Here we go. A nice green one.
See, that's healthy. One. It's green. It's healthy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ooh.
And she was doing so well.
Oh my goodness.
And Ben, and the other good news for you, Ben, is that we found a healthy way to make hot dogs, and it comes from us via the Texas State Fair is starting today. And one of their new items is a crispy dilly dog. They take a dill pickle, which is good for you, remove the center and replace it with a hot dog. Dip it into wait. It gets better. Dip it all in corn dog batter and fry. They serve with Chipotle mayo. So Chipotle mayo is a little healthier than regular mayo. So there you go.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if are we doomed? Is the human race doomed?
Don't mess with Texas, Dr. Ben.
I got to give you one other observation from my week. I was not a good parent on one of the nights this week. I was in charge of dinner for my children, and I was driving them to games and everything. I had no time. I'm like, guys, what do you want to do? And like, well, let's stop at Culver's. You know,
the Golden Arches.
No, not the Golden Arches. So I thought maybe Culver's is a little healthier. And by the way, on a Wednesday night, Culver's was mobbed in downtown Grafton. Mobbed.
Oh,
you couldn't.
No,
It was almost dangerous. The parking lot was like the cars were racing, like everything's packed. People were jetting in, their lines were long out the door.
It's like Wall Street. Buy, sell, burger.
Yeah, it was mobbed, and it just made me really sad. Like looking at it, like everyone getting this, like the food, the quality of what was coming out of that place is just like, oh God, like there's not one thing on that menu that I would attribute to be an actual food. You know, it's just. You know, so, but anyways, I just in a moment of a down point in my life, I fed my children that food. And so Bulldog, everybody has bad days, but I got right back on the wagon the next morning and I fed them a healthy breakfast. So
what you and I need to do, Dr. Ben, is open our business next door to Culver's called Lean Into Lentils. And we'll see how the line.
Lean Into Lentils would be like a ghost town, like a little tumbleweed will be rolling through. No one will be there. The parking lot will be open. Yeah, the
national lentil chain. We'll have a drive-through. We'll get a drive-through. It's fine.
I'm stunned.
Bulldog, am I seeing you tomorrow? Right?
I was going to ask you. Is there a time that works? We can connect via email if you like after the show. Certainly, if you want to let me know. I'm free all day.
The earlier the better for me. So what works for you?
Oh, you name the time and I'm there. I am my own man tomorrow.
Is 7 a.m. too early?
Bring it.
7:30? 7 a.m. Okay, Bulldog. Everyone's heard it. Bulldog's committed to a 7 a.m. workout tomorrow morning.
You're going to be there tomorrow morning?
Sure, totally. Yeah, 7 a.m. because the sooner I get it done, the sooner I can get home in time for my Saturday morning cartoons. So
I've got a 7 a.m.
with no chocula though. I have rolled steel cut oats with strawberries with my Saturday morning cartoons.
I love it. I already hear the change. I already hear the changes happening. I love it. That's awesome, man.
It's freaking me out, man.
I would like to see Ben. I'd like to have a video.
It gets easier.
I'd like to have a video of you pulling into the Culver's. If you were like this, looking around to see if there's anybody watching. If you had a disguise you put on or anything.
I did. I was looking around to see if anyone saw me because I was like,
mustache.
This is not good for my reputation. Yeah,
is that Dr. Ben from Form and Fitness?
I thought I just come clean and let everybody know. Yes, it was me there. That was a momentary lapse of judgment. But it reconfirmed all the reasons why I'm never going there again. So,
like you said, accountability is king, isn't it? Especially when you have a platform like this.
Right. Totally.
Oh, man.
Totally.
Good stuff.
All right.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Bulldog. Thanks, guys.
I'll see
7
you
a.m. Thank you so much. All right.
I'll be there for a class with Rock, so I'll be looking for you too.
Jack
man. Oh my goodness. He's going to throw stuff at me and laugh.
Yeah. This is going to get out of hand tomorrow morning at Form Fitness. All right. All right, guys. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Dr. Ben. We'll talk to you again. Yep. See you tomorrow.